Was the Fed right to bail out the depositors of SVB?
That seems political because we're getting comments that are like um, they're conflicting. So Janet Yellen guarantees the deposits for everybody one day, then says no. So there seems to be a debate. There seems to be an understanding that they can't bail out all the depositors at once. So they backed off from that comment, but the SVB was clearly a political decision. So bailing out their friends. So we're at the end. We're at a point now where the people in charge don't know what they're doing. And Janet Yellen went before the Senate and Congress to talk about the budget deficit, and Senator Ron Johnson asked her a simple question about what she was there for. Mind you, she was there to talk about the budget deficit, the 10-year CBO plan. He asked her the deficit number. She didn't know it. It's 17 trillion. So this woman didn't even know what the deficit is over the next 10 years. And that's what the hearing was about. So I think there's confusion. I think there's fear in these institutions. I think I'm not in the room, but it's either stupidity or a plan. It doesn't matter. The end result's going to be the same. A lot of regional banks going bankrupt and consolidation of banking. There'll be a lot of shotgun marriages like we saw with Credit Suisse and UBS. Interestingly enough, there was a tell there. The Swiss threw out the rule of law, made rules over the weekend. And when a government does that, that's a tell that they see something that's terrifying them, and they have to basically break their own laws. So again, don't watch what they say, watch what they do. That's what we do on Wall Street. I don't care what you say, I watch what you do. And the governments and the Fed, they're all acting very squirrely right now, and that makes me nervous. I seriously hope they can gently land us. If this thing speeds up, Brian, it's going to get bad. That's my humble opinion. And look, I want to be wrong, but what I see from again, I'm a student of the market. I don't make predictions based on what I want. I'm looking at asset classes and what the markets are telling me. And they're telling me deflation and risk assets are going lower. That's what I see.
When I worked in London, two of my biggest derivative clients were Credit Suisse and Deutsche Bank. I mean, these were the big players. And I know guys, that got paid in equity. That's how you got paid. And it's gone to zero. Well, in Credit Suisse's case, obviously. Hard to believe. And then, like you said, the way they structured that, where bondholders got zero and equity holders got this, it was like, wait a second, like, what are you doing? Like you said, breaking laws over the weekend to make this happen. And then Deutsche Bank, come on, that's like the bank of Europe. And to just, we don't know what's going to happen yet, but that's even called into question it's scary. And the speed of the SVB bank run, like you said, people were they were flabbergasted. Because this stuff, when it moves super fast. And before you know it, you wake up, you go home on a Friday and you wake up Monday morning and the ATMs don't work. And then you want to see real panic. You see when that happens. Okay. We've seen what happens when you lock people down and force them to take vaccines. What happens when the ATMs don't work? You'll get to see real panic. What happens when there's literally no food? Then you get to see something really interesting. And then your surveillance mechanisms become very functional, I guess, at that point.
Yeah, it does seem that my hypothesis about COVID being used as a control system would be very convenient if it was fully in place. It doesn't appear to be, so that's a problem for them. And that's good. That's good news. The good news is if this was a control system, it hasn't been implemented to their liking, I don't think.
What do you see in the crypto industry? Because, strangely enough, when, this was all happening with the banking system, Bitcoin's going up and then up and then up. At the same time, the US at least, and in Europe as well, they're cracking down, lawsuits against, stablecoin issuers and other different exchanges like Binance and Coinbase. What do you see there?
Well, let's reverse engineer this. So we're going into a period of deflation. We're going into sovereign debt bubble kind of bursting. There's going to be a mad scramble for taxation and revenues for these governments to continue to line their pockets. So crypto is an alternative to governments. I find it curious that all of the regulation chatter and what's going on is hitting now, it seems like they want to pull the plug, and they're going to have to scramble for every last cent and dollar from everybody to keep this whole thing afloat. People have been asking me, what would you do with your assets? I said, well, look, I'm not going to give specific trade ideas or stock ideas. I've just been saying it's been a good idea for the better part of the year to raise cash and get as short duration as possible. Treasury direct, 3-month T-bills. And, that's actually, I think, where the government wants people to end up. So why not get ahead of the curve? Because if they're going to force you into their own bonds, that's going to be at the expense of other risk assets. So, and then buy the risk assets when everybody is selling them at the bottom. So I feel like it all revolves around debt and bank, and people don't realize the globe is bankrupt, and there's going to be a mad dash for tax revenues, and that's why they're going after crypto right now. They need to squash it. I don't think they're going to be successful, but they have to be able to figure out a way to get their vigorish or their take, so to speak.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you going to do? What's the choice that you're going to make?